You ever meet someone who seems to understand you a little too quickly? Like they finish your emotional sentences, catch micro shifts in your mood, and laugh at the joke you almost made. Now imagine that same person also has this subtle, strategic energy. Not evil, not cartoon villain manipulative, just intentional. That's the realm of the dark empath. An empath who feels deeply, but sometimes uses that emotional insight in ways that benefit themselves first. It's not always malicious, although it can be, but it's definitely calculated. And that's what makes them the most confusing type of empath, because they sit right at that intersection of warmth and cunning. A dark empath is basically someone whose emotional sensitivity is paired with a capacity for charm, persuasion, and sometimes self-focused motives. It's empathy plus strategy, or empathy plus shadow, according to Carl Jung. It's a person who hasn't integrated the shadow, so the shadow uses them instead. Meaning, if you can feel someone's emotions intimately, but you haven't examined your motives, those emotions can become tools. Your talents aren't neutral. If you don't consciously aim them at something good, they'll aim themselves, and it's usually toward whatever benefits you right that minute. And empathy is a powerful talent. Dark empaths are born when that power goes unexamined. Do you have a friend who sees everything? They notice things. They know who's uncomfortable in a room. They know when someone's about to cry. And they know when you're pretending you're fine, but really one sneeze away from spiraling. But they also know something else. When someone is vulnerable, they're much more likely to say yes. So they don't force anything. They just ask you to help them move when you're sad. Or they bring you into a story where they look good and you look supportive right after they comfort you. It's not necessarily cruel, not abusive, but just subtly leveraging emotion. That's a dark empath pattern. I feel your feeling, and I know how to use it. It's influence wrapped in kindness. This is how to recognize a dark empath. These aren't accusations, just gentle signposts. Their empathy is selective. They're deeply attuned when it benefits them, but oddly distant when there's no gain. Their charm feels intentional, like they curate how you see them. They support you, but strategically. The help often comes with positioning. They get to be the savior, the wise one, the emotionally in tune friend. You leave conversations flattered, but a bit drained, as if the charisma was a performance you subconsciously paid for. They mirror you so perfectly it feels eerie. Mirroring is natural, but perfect mirroring? That's usually practiced. Empaths tend to have strong mirror neuron responsiveness. They feel what others feel. But dark empaths also have a well-developed theory of mind system, the part of the brain that predicts other people's motivations, reactions, and vulnerabilities. It's emotional X-ray vision. If someone's values or self-awareness aren't strong, that X-ray gets used for advantage rather than connection. Not because they're bad, because no one taught them to steer the power. And how to recognize it in yourself? Ask yourself, when I comfort someone, do I want something in return? Even if it's just appreciation, closeness, or admiration. Do I ever shapeshift my personality to be more likable? Charming is fine, but constant shapeshifting can be a strategy. Do I use my emotional insight to win arguments or gain leverage? Even tiny moments count. Do I sometimes feel proud of how easily I can influence a mood? Again, normal, but worth noticing. Do I feel more comfortable being the helper than being helped? Sometimes helping's a power position. Recognizing this doesn't make you bad. It makes you conscious. And consciousness is how people grow past the shadow side of empathy. Here's a few habits that can keep empathy honest. Pause when you sense someone's vulnerability. If part of you wants to lean in, ask why. A half second of awareness can redirect everything. Let someone else lead the emotional tone sometimes. You don't always have to set the mood. Notice when your charm becomes a default tool. You can be warm without performing warmth. Practice receiving. Let someone else comfort you occasionally. It breaks the emotional leverage loop. These aren't fixes, just balance points. When an empath learns balance, the shadow stops driving. So most dark empaths aren't trying to manipulate. They're trying to protect themselves through connection. They learned early on that the safest position is the one where they understand everyone better than anyone understands them. But empathy isn't meant to be armor, it's meant to be a bridge. And once you name the shadow, it usually shrinks. A subscriber has suggested that I do an episode on Claire empaths, so that's coming up next. Stay tuned. And remember, my little cherubs, Meemaw's always rooting for you.